Tense, what is it? First of all, tense equals time. Tense, the term itself, comes from a Latin tempus, which means time. So it simply tells us when the action of the verb takes place. So tense is a category that we apply to verbs. Tense tells us when the given action, or when the action of any given verb takes place. Is it in the past, the present, or in the future? So the three major basic tenses are past, present, and future. And here you can see a passage of Scripture with the verbs. The verb was is in the past tense. The present tense would be is. Future tense would be will be. And so on and so forth. The past tense is here, went. And the present tense is go. And the future tense is will go. An easy way to remember this is to think yesterday, in other words in the past. Yesterday I went, present tense. Today I go. And tomorrow, future tense, I will go. And you can see the rest of the tenses there as well. Now we move to the future tense. So here I took a passage of Scripture from the prophets. They're often talking about the future. And again, you can see the table here. This time, focus over here on the future tense. I shall be. The present tense would have been is. The past tense is was. And by the way, will and shall are used the same way. They both do the same thing. This could just as easy have been will be. Will be or shall be are the same. So for then I will remove from your midst. Will remove. Today I remove. Yesterday I removed. And so on and so forth. Now when we talk about tense in English, we pretty much restrict ourselves to time, past, present, and future. But when we move to talk about the perfect tense or the progressive tense, we begin to talk about something called aspect as well. And when we talk about perfect aspect, we're talking about, or perfective aspect, different terms again in linguistic terminology, but it stresses perfected or completed action. And the perfect tense will use the helping verb has, have, or had. Had will be used to make the past perfect tense, and has or have will be used to make the present and future tenses. So here's the present perfect tense. I walked to the store. The verb in this sentence simply states that the action took place. I walked to the store is present tense, a simple present tense. But if I use the helping verb have, I have walked to the store, the implication, the nuance here, is that the action is completed. It's still in the present tense. I have walked to the store, but it's completed. It's finished action. It's perfected, hence the name perfect tense. Now let's switch to the opposite side and look at the present progressive tense, which is going to stress unfinished action or ongoing continuous action. So again, I walked to the store. It's simply stating that it took place. But if I use the progressive tense, I am walking to the store, now you get the implication, the nuance here, is that the walking is in the process of taking place right then. It is not perfected. It is not completed. So that's the progressive tense. So looking at the English tenses of simple, perfect, and progressive, you can see that the simple tense simply states that the action took place. No aspect is implied. It is undefined in terms of its aspect. But when you have perfect aspect, or the perfect tense, now the implication is that the action in the verb has been completed. And the progressive tense, the aspect here is that the action is ongoing or continuous.